Okay, for number 8, it's asking you to make a histogram. You have 25 students and they bought M&Ms. They wanted to know how many blue M&Ms were in each bag. So what they did was they counted them and they put their results right here. And you are asked to make a histogram to represent the amount of blue M&Ms in each bag. So on the test, I'm going to be super specific on how big I want your intervals to be. So let's pretend I'm asking you to do intervals of 3. Intervals of 3. Since this one doesn't really tell you how many intervals, and you can pick how many, if you look at the minimum or the smallest number, you have 1, and the highest number of blue M&Ms is 14. Okay, so you want to be careful of what kind of intervals you pick. I wouldn't pick intervals of 10, because if you pick intervals of 10, 1 to 14, that means you'll only have two little bars, and you don't want that. Okay, so for this example, intervals of 3 would work great. You could also do intervals of 2, however, you'll probably have like 7 or 8 bars. That's kind of a lot, so intervals of 3 would probably be the best. Remember, on the test, I'll be very specific on how many intervals I want. Okay, so first what you want to do is make a frequency table. So I'm going to do number of M&Ms, blue M&Ms, and I'm doing intervals of 3, so I'm going to start with 0. You could start with 1 if you really wanted to, but I normally start with 0, just so that it matches my y-axis. So if I do intervals of 3, that would be 0, 1, 2. So it would be 0 to 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 to 5, 6, 7, 8, 6 to 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12, 13, 14. Okay, so those are my intervals. Then I'm going to do tallies to count. So let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10s and 11s. I can also include my 9s in there, so that's 8 total. 6 through 8s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I have 3 for the first interval, 1 for the second, 7, 8, and 6. And remember, it said there was 25 students, so there should be a total of 25. So if you add these, yep, this is a total of 25, so I know I didn't miss any. By the way, this is called the frequency up here. Okay, now that you have your frequency table, you make a histogram starting with an x and y axis that looks like this. And I'm going to need a few tally marks at the bottom, and I'm trying to make them equally spaced. To label your intervals at the bottom, remember you only need to use these numbers, 0, 3, 6, 9, 12. So those starting numbers start those bars. So this is going to be 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, and then the next one is 15. I guess I really didn't need this part right here. Oops. And this said 15. Okay, and then the top part, it should be the highest frequency. In this case, it's 8. So I only need to go as far as 8. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to number them. Okay, so my first bar is from 0 to 2. So that is going to go up to 3. I'm going to try and draw this as best as possible. And if I wasn't sure, I would label the top so I know that's 3. 3 to 5 is only going up to 1. 6 to 8, that's going all the way up to 7. 9 to 12 is going to go all the way up to 8. And then 12 to 14 is going to go all the way up to 6. I think I said 9 to 12 earlier. I meant to say 9 through 11. And then this is up to 6. Okay, and that's my histogram. The only thing it's missing is labeling the axes. So this would be frequency, okay, so number of students, right, because we're counting how many students had a certain amount of M&Ms. And at the bottom, I'm running out of space, so I'm going to just write it on the side. You should write yours at the bottom. This represents number of blue M&Ms. God, that's messy. Sorry. Blue M&Ms. Okay, that represents the bottom, the intervals. Alright, and then letter A, it says to describe the data distribution. I would probably say that this is skewed, because if you look at the shape of the histogram, there's like this big old hump, and then all of a sudden it kind of goes down. So I would say, for me personally, that this is skewed. The histogram is skewed to the left, since the majority of the data is on the right. Sorry for the messy handwriting. And there you go.